Good morning. Welcome to day 23 on John and Callan's long trail adventure. Last night, after the rain, we went to bed, and then it started to rain again overnight, and it rained off and on all night. The challenge today is that it's supposed to be heavy thunderstorms around 2. It's 20 after 7 now. There's no way we're going to be to camp by then. So we're probably going to be walking the last 4 hours in thunderstorms. These guys right here are the silent assassin. They look innocent. They look like they're here to help, but they are the slipperiest substance on the trail. How many times we've walked on these little boardwalks and like, woof, your feet go. So we got to be careful on these. We want to keep going this way on this old logging road, but nope, there's the sign that says we got to go climb up this hill. Although there's less of this, there's still some of it. Alright, I'm going to wrap up day 23 real quick here. I'm sorry I didn't film much at all this afternoon. So after the last time you saw me shooting some video, I got stung by a yellow jacket. And if you've watched the channel before, you know that's one of my issues, is I'm allergic to yellow jackets. So it was a pretty scary half hour waiting to see if anything would happen. Well, it's been over 10 hours now since that happened, and things seem to be going fine. So we did continue walking, but it was, I was a little nervous, and got my EpiPens out and ended up not having to use them, luckily. So far so good. We're about to head off to bed here, and I'll be filming more tomorrow, but it was a little bit of a scary day today, and so I'm sorry for not shooting any film. It was just the mood wasn't right to be taking a lot of video, but we'll be back out tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to try to do another. Today we did 14.6. We're going to do a similar amount tomorrow, and then we'll be probably within 10 miles of the end by then. So looking forward to it. Talk to you later. Good morning, and welcome to day 24 of John and Callan's long trail adventure. We are only 22 miles from the northern terminus. We're going to do 14.4 today, and then be out tomorrow. A little bit of a crazy day yesterday, but I'm feeling good today, and we are off. Another big climb this morning. We eat these for breakfast every day, it seems like now. Just trying not to die. So you might be wondering, like, why do I keep saying this trail is hard? We go up and down stuff like this all day, every day. And if you just did this once in a while, I mean, this is, you find stuff like this on every single trail, just about. But the long trail, it's almost non-stop slippery rocks, and that's what makes it hard. Break time by this road, and then some really nice person left a little trail magic here, some water, because this is a dry section we're going through, and there's not many dry sections on the long trail, but trail picks up over there. Not a lot of water today, so actually we're each going to grab one of these things here and take it with. So thank you to whoever put this water here. This is my kind of trail right here, and we know we're about to do about a 600-foot climb that goes almost straight up, but we're gonna enjoy this while it lasts. Well, we just made it to the Hazen's Notch shelter. And let's go take a look inside. This one is fully enclosed. And it's kind of dark. Camera looks like it's picking it up. You got bunks and a table. This is very similar to the one last night, except the one last night had picnic table inside for eating. So I'm liking this. 17.2 miles to the Canadian border. Let's do this. Hi, Callan. No. This climb we're doing right now is Domi Dome. I'm not making that up. And this is the domiest dome I've ever seen so far. Gotta take a little break because Domi Dome is making us sweat. This thing is relentless, all 500 feet of it.
I'm going home.
We have achieved greatness and completed Domi's Dome. And I don't know what else there is from here. We are at the J Camp. Callan wants to stay here tonight. I kind of wanted to push on, but I don't know. We might end up staying here. It's not bad. Let's take a look inside. Small, but similar to last night. You can see in there. Oh, there you go. That's a better view. All right, we made it to J Camp. The shelter's in the background there. We were here about 5 o'clock and had dinner. We were going to go up over J Peak, but it is quite a climb. And it's 3 miles to the next shelter. And we were just thinking, oh, if we do that, we're going to end up sleeping in late tomorrow. We won't get in until 8 o'clock tonight, and we might as well just stay here. We'll get a fresh start. It's supposed to be much cooler tomorrow, so it'll be a nice climb. That leaves us 11.2 to complete the long trail, and we will be at Canada in 11.2 miles. We are so excited, so excited. This has been a long and very, very difficult journey for us, and we've gone through a lot. I honestly can't wait to get home and start editing this stuff for you guys and start showing you the stuff from this trip. It's been a wild and much more challenging trip than I had ever imagined. So one more day to go, just wrapping up day 24. Gonna hang out for a little bit and then head off to bed and for an early start tomorrow. Good morning and welcome to day 25 on the long trail. Oh, we're heading up J Peak. We were hiking by 6 a.m. this morning, and we have until 4 p.m. to get to Journey's End Trailhead, because that's when our ride's going to get there. That may be tough to get there if the trails are rough, so we are going to have to keep moving. There were storms last night after we went to bed. It rained pretty hard, but it's not raining now, and we're hopeful that it will not rain anymore today, but we don't have enough signal right now to check the radar. But onward, and we'll probably check in again at the top of J Peak, because it's going to be a slog climbing up here. How many feet is it, Callan?
I don't know.
Okay, I guess this won't make the video. We just got high enough that we got service. Callan checked the radar, and we're about to get pounded by a thunderstorm. So we're going to be on top of this peak in a thunderstorm, and then it's supposed to rain for like 5 hours. So unfortunately, on this, our most joyous and final day, I'm probably not going to be able to do a whole heck of a lot of filming in the first half of our day. So I will do a little bit until it starts raining, but once it starts pouring, I'm going to have to pack my camera away in my waterproof bag in my pack until it stops. Well, we're in an emergency shelter at the top of J Peak. We got right to the top, like 5 minutes away, and it just started downpouring. I'm just soaked. Callan's soaked. We're in this little room here. It's like an entryway in the ski lodge. And it's warm in here at least, but man, it looks like it's going to be like in the red for quite a while. We can't go out in that because if there's lightning, I don't want to be caught on this peak. So I'm not sure what's going to happen with our ride now, but safety first. Still in here. Rain's really coming down out there. Kind of sideways. And it's really cold. So I don't want to get cold and wet. I mean, hypothermia would be a real issue if we were to try to hike in this right now, because it is cold, windy, and there's no way you're staying dry in this. So we're gonna hang out here for a bit. All right, well, we've been in here for, I don't know, an hour and a half or so, maybe a little bit longer, and it's starting to simmer down a little bit out here right now. So we're going to put on our rain gear and head to the next shelter, which is about 1.5 miles away. I'm actually going to wear my rain pants for the first time in the history of my backpacking career, which is a long time. And it's really chilly out, and it's windy, and it's cold, so I want those rain pants on to help keep me warm. So the long trail continues to test us and throw curveballs at us. We started walking in our rain suits, and it was cold, really cold and windy and wet. So we're walking along the trail and we hear this screeching noise. Like, what is that? Sounds like some birds. We look up and here is a small rabbit being mauled by some other bigger animal. I don't know what it was, whether it was a fox or something like that, because as soon as we saw it, it took off. So here, this poor rabbit, we walked right up to it and it's flopping around like a fish on land, making all kinds of noise, and then it just dies right in front of us. It was the saddest thing. We wanted to help him, but there's nothing we could do. So of all of the garbage we're dealing with today, we got to watch a baby rabbit die at our feet on the trail. That was sad, very sad. So now we're playing a game of beat the clock. I just updated our driver and said 6 o'clock because we got a 2-hour delay, and we're not sure we can make it, but we're gonna hoof it as best we can because we want out of here. So we've been walking through mostly this all day now, and I was sad that I didn't have the camera going because it was raining so bad and it was so wet. But there were areas of the trail that the current was so strong that if you stood still, you could actually feel it shoving your feet downstream. There were parts that were over a foot deep. There were parts that had waterfalls that like tourists would go to. They were so big right down the trail. And I'm guessing that there was several inches of rain over that 2 hours that it was raining. This is freaking nuts. Because of my careful footwork, I'm actually able to keep my feet completely dry today, which is super nice. I mean, because I would not want to hike in wet feet. And but you got to be really careful on this, otherwise your feet are going to get wet. But not me. Today, mine are dry as can be. We are at the Shooting Star Shelter. Callan is filtering water. I just got done filtering mine. That should be the last liter each that we have to filter, and that should take us to the end. We are 4.4 miles from Canada, and we can't wait to get there. Today has been an interesting day to say the least, and we're very excited to get there. We are on schedule for probably getting there even a little bit ahead of our ride, so we're feeling good about that. We're taking our time at lunch, letting our feet air out a little bit. I've got my shoes and socks out in the sun. This is super exciting. 2.6 miles to the border, 25 days of hiking, coming to a culmination. But the long trail's not done with us yet. It's not gonna let us go without making us climb over some more slippery, mossy rocks. I mean, come on. All right, it is official. We just completed the last uphill climb of the long trail, and we have 1.5 miles to go to Canada. So let's go. As we're winding down here, I'm happy to report that although the long trail threw some crazy weather at us most of the way, right now it is perfect out. Nice and cool, the sun is shining, there's a nice breeze, and perfect for hiking. And if only every day were like this, but then there wouldn't be challenges to have to overcome. But we are so happy and we feel blessed to be out here being able to experience this, and the trail at the very end is so nice and smooth. It's almost sad for the southbounders because they think this is what the trail is, and that is just not the case. They'll get a wake-up call within the first few days once they find out what the rest of it's like. But this part is fantastic. .9 to the border, our final mile on the long trail. And the long trail wasn't done with Callan because he just tripped and fell down a little hill. No major damage, but probably some bruises and scratches, but he's okay. Made a nice recovery, and off we go. All right, camera's out. I think we're making the final approach, so I'm going to record the whole thing. Oh my gosh, there it is. We made it. Check this out, guys. We just walked from Massachusetts to Canada. Let's find the border. Hey! I smell some celebration. Yep.
Yo, sweet Osberger, I got the same one.
There it is. There it is. Feels great. This trail was so much harder than we anticipated. And because I want this to be a family channel where you can watch the videos with your kids, I didn't always take video when we were at our lowest points because I don't have that much time to bleep out the bad words that were coming out of my mouth, because it got a little bit rough at times. And to be perfectly honest, there was never a time where it was a guarantee that we were actually going to make it to the end. There were considerations to bail at times because it was so hard, but we decided we were going to stick it out, and we did it. And now we've completed the long trail. And I hope you guys enjoyed watching our adventure. And it was a great time filming it and putting it out here for you. All I can say is study up the long trail if you're thinking about doing it, because it's a lot harder than I ever imagined. And it's not like we haven't done much backpacking before. We've done a lot of backpacking, but this trail, woo, it kicked our butts at times. There were some great moments as well. It's not like it was just all misery. There were some really fun moments on it, but there was a lot of day in and day out of extremely difficult trail, like very rugged, very technical climbing type stuff, and a lot of mud, a lot of roots, a lot of elevation changes.